Okay, so step one, what you're going to do is you need to have some form of a camera, and you need to go outside or inside. You can be also inside your house or your unit or wherever you live. And you need to take 3 photos of things that are sleeping. Like, for example, if I just took a photo right now, things that are sleeping. Okay, then I have my computer. Okay, my computer's sleeping. Okay, so if you go outside, you might want to find, you might find trees. Be creative. Look at what you can do. Maybe there's a swing. Maybe you can do yourself on some form of a slope. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to come back inside, and I would like you then, you're going to put this onto Desmos. So open Desmos, and that's what you should have. You have Desmos open. Email or airdrop your photo to your computer, unless you've got some other way that you know that you can do it, because you're probably a little bit more techno-savvy than me. And then I find you need to put it onto your desktop, and then what you do is you drag it onto Desmos. Now when you drag it, you need to drag it into this section here, and once you put your cursor over that, it will say, with an image, it'll say insert image, and then your image will just pop up on top of the number plane there. Okay, so your picture should be inserted and it looks like that. Now, if it's not right in the middle, then what you need to do is, if you press on Desmos, okay, so what I would like you to do, once you press on it, see in the middle there's these dots come up, and these dots, that means that you can move your picture around. And what your aim is when you move it around, you want it to sit exactly on the grid, so it makes it easier to read off the squares. Like if you've sat it there, see that's 2, and it goes to 2, then you know that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful of your grid that you read the right numbers. Each space here isn't 1, it's 2 on my diagram. You might want to pull it out to make it on 1 if you wanted to. And down here, see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to screenshot that, and you're going to put it onto the Google Doc. So open the Google Doc. So insert it into just here, but don't just drag it into there. What I'd like you to do, if you look at the insert button, and then you're going to go drawing, and then you're going to drag it onto the drawing. And that's basically what it will look like, okay? Now, the reason that it's good to be on the Google Doc is because the Google Doc has a tool there that if you open that up, that gives you shapes. So it gives you a right angle triangle. So if you press on that, and just press on that point there, and you drag your triangle out across your shape, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to read the squares. So I'd like you to do that. When you do that, what you'll find is, see, it's all coloured in. You can remove that if you want to, just by, if you go on to the colour, you want it to be transparent. There's an option that's called transparent, and it's right where the paint is. And you can also thicken, thicken the lines around the outside by pressing this button here, and this one, the next one, which looks like that. pressing that, and you just make it like a thicker thing, so it just makes it easier to read. Okay, so once you've got all that set up, that's what it will look like. Then you just want to save this into your document. Once you've saved it into your document, then I'd like you can then count off like what the rise and the run is. If you wanted to, you could also use a text box so that when you do count off the rise and the run, so mine is, mine's there, isn't it? That's 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there, and 1, 2, 3, 4 along there. So that will help you, and you could put that in, see the text box, you could put it in using the text box if you want to, your rise and your run. So once you've pressed saved and you've inserted it into the document, what you can then do, and it should be in the document because your cursor would have been there from the start, you count this up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it enables you to calculate each thing. So the gradient is the rise on the run, and it is negative because you can make an n out of it. The distance, the distance is this distance, x squared equals 7 squared plus 4 squared, and you just use your calculator then to calculate that. So I get 65 and then root 65, so square root 65 is 8.1. And then the last part, so you've got your gradient distance, you have your midpoint. Your midpoint is the point that is exactly in the middle. So line it up. You could even get your ruler. Look at where you think exactly the middle is. My middle is the origin, I think, so I'm just going to write 0, 0 for the midpoint of that one. Now all you have to do is, if you do it times 3, like you should have 3 of these. And then I'd like you to share the link either with me, or the easiest way is to put it through the assignment for today's work on the classroom. Really looking forward to seeing what you come back with and how creative you guys are.